All right, people. Hello. Welcome back to another show. This is GDS, where I try to cover all things sports and pop culture and stuff. If there are any good movies that came out this weekend, I would have let you know. But so far, we're just waiting for Stranger Things, and that's about it in the pop culture world. But we had a couple good games today in the NFL slate and today's NFL action. Some of the bigger games that stood out. You got the Rams versus 49ers. Top of the division teams going at it in the NFC West. Some other big games people were talking about was the Patriots and the Buccaneers. Both of these teams, respectfully, are in the top two, top three within their conference. Patriots, you know, on top of the AFC. Buccaneers sitting, up in the top of the NFC. So you had that big matchup. You had the Ravens beating the Vikings. You had the Bills having their Super Bowl hangover from last week and losing to the Dolphins today. So there were a couple of big games. And so I thought I'd just give my reaction personally to everything that we saw today, from memes to performances and everything in between. Like, we can look at it all. So if you guys are enjoying what you're watching, be sure to hit that like button so you guys know where to come back. I try to do these streams often and just talk sports and kind of end the night. We'll also do as well. We had some NBA games today. Let's double check. And we could even go over, because as I open it up, the main headline, as you guys can see, is trade talks for John Morant with Memphis. I can dabble and give my own personal reaction to that, and if I think he's going to go anywhere, which, hello, come on, load. Our trade talks next, latest NBA intel on the future of Ja, Zion, and Trey. And hey, spoiler alert here. Not trying to sound like a genius at all, but it's like, what? We were doing this song and dance in the off season too. I personally said, where did I say Trae Young would go if he was traded? I can't remember off the top of my head, but I know I've made a video. I've made a video on it. So if you're curious, go look through my discography. I think that's the word. I've made a video. I've given my own personal reaction and opinion to where I think Trae Young could go. But let's jump into it. Let's talk about some of the NFL action today and some stuff what we saw and what I liked, what I didn't like, and yeah. So the first game to talk about and go over is the Colts have improved their record to 8-2. A lot of people are talking about how Jonathan Taylor deserves to be in talks and conversation for the MVP. I totally agree. I don't think when you have a season like this, like the one he is having, this isn't something to ignore. This isn't something to just glance over and be like, oh, he's, this or that. I think I am one who kind of gives credit to where credit is due. I've made videos in the past where I've talked about how the running back is a staple of football that has been long forgotten. You go to the 90s and early 2000s, who were the faces of the league? Running backs. If you had a good running back, you had a decent shot at getting to a Super Bowl. Now it's become flashy where you need a good quarterback, you need good receivers, and then maybe 2 or 3 All-Pros on the defense, and then we'll see where you go from there. I'm not discrediting the importance of what a running back brings, and I'm not discrediting either lineman, because truthfully, too, if you don't have an offensive line, like, they make jokes, like, look at the Bengals. The Bengals have been the butt end of every joke for offensive line, and the Colts are not sitting at 8-2 with a bad offensive line, because if they had a bad offensive line, Jonathan Taylor's not scoring as many touchdowns as he's scoring. He's not having the breakout season. Like, let's look at his stats. I don't know his stats personally off the top of my head. Let's go look at it. Okay, 895 yards. James Cook's falling behind, same with J.K. Dobbins. Rico Dowdle came out of nowhere too. He's been having an impressive last 2 or 3 weeks. 12 touchdowns. Followed up by Josh Javonte, and James Cook. I'm not going to put Josh Allen or Danny Dimes or Jalen Hurts because QB. Yeah, 12 touchdowns. I think big is 20 plus. Yep. 20 plus yards. All right. What else can be said about... Okay. But anyways, like the score shows here, they beat the Falcons in overtime. And I think this Colts team, I will admit, and I'll be the first one to say, I haven't bought into the hype yet. Where I feel about the Colts is exactly how I feel about the Patriots. How I felt about the Vikings there for a minute. And like, if you look at the standings, who are some of the other teams that are on top? Broncos, Seahawks as well. Where I'm not entirely here. Let me show you. So you guys can see. There we go. All right, there we go. But I will admit, and I'm not gonna try to be like, no, I never said that. I'm not as bought in to the Colts as everybody else is right now. 10 weeks into this, where they're sitting at 8-2, I think something that cannot be ignored is. Last week, the Colts got exposed. Now, yes, there were a lot of turnovers, and all the turnovers that the Steelers took from the Colts last year, they turned around, double it and give it to the next person. They gave it to the Chargers, and they lost. But now, sitting at 5-4, the Steelers, they'll move down a little bit in overall. They'll sit at 7. They'll drop from 4 to 7. Or 4 to 8, because Kansas City, they have the same record as Kansas City. They have the same record as Jacksonville, because Jacksonville lost today too. Look how many unanswered points they gave up in the fourth quarter. They, like the Giants, they had a lead, and then the Texans just came storming back. Texans improved their record, but you look and you see, just with how the playoff picture plays out and stuff, I'm not bought in totally 100% yet on the Colts, because I want to see this Colts team play. I mean, if we think the Patriots are so good, if we think Denver's so good, if we think the Chargers are so good, or the Bills, have the Colts go play this team. I think, and I'm gonna hammer this home, and I'm gonna die on this hill. I really think we have seen Daniel Jones' record overall when he was a Giant. I think getting some, a fresh new start has tremendously improved him, because, yeah, he's winning more ball games. You can look at Baker. You can look at Sam Darnold as well. Some of these vet QBs, the second they, get to a new place, they start to tear it up and stuff. I think, I'll go out and say this too. I think the second Dak Prescott leaves Dallas, maybe he might have the same success in turn. But what's going to happen with the Colts in a couple weeks when they have to play the Chiefs? Or what's going to happen when the Colts host? What happens when the Colts host the Ravens in a divisional matchup, or the Bills in a divisional matchup? After taking a week off, and then the Bills had to, get into a fist fight against the Ravens in the wild card, or the Chargers in the wild card, to move on to the next round. I'm going to lean towards the team that has more experience in the playoffs, which is the Ravens or the Bills or the Chiefs. And I would favor those teams and predict those teams to move on over a Colts team. And that's the only reason why I'm saying that is because look at who the Colts have played all season. The teams that have been good, Steelers caught them on a bad day, but like they've lost to the Rams too, and so it sounds like I'm hating on them, and I'm sounding like a D1 hater. But I mean, we've seen it with the Broncos too, where how many games have the Broncos won, and it's just been ugly win. And like they beat the Raiders the other day, 10-7. There's parts of me that think, I mean, the Steelers have had some ugly wins this year. Same with the Bills, same with the Chargers, and look at the Bills now. The Bills just lost to the Dolphins, and the world's falling, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, the Bills stink, which, yeah, they stunk up the joint today. But there's parts of me that think the teams that have playoff experience, you can't try to hide behind, oh, we only lost 3 games in the season. We only lost 4 games in the season. The teams who you play during the regular season, it's gonna be exposed. And we saw it happen to the Chiefs last season in the Super Bowl, where there was nowhere they could run. Like, they got past the Bills, they got past everybody in the playoffs. They had they had a first round bye. They had to play the Texans, and then they had to play the Bills, and then here comes rumbling down the track the Philadelphia Eagles, who are on a mission to get a little bit of revenge from the last time they met in the Super Bowl. All the holes and all the, this is a problem with the team. It got exposed on national television. So, not to discredit anything that Jonathan Taylor's doing, because I think he's a phenomenal back. But there were some talks. All this long-winded rant, I had a point that I was trying to get to here is I've seen a lot of discourse on how potentially he could be in talks for an MVP. And I'm thinking, you know what? We've had Christian McCaffrey have a hell of a season. Rewind the clock back to 2020. Jonathan Taylor had a season just like this back in 2020. Rodgers ended up taking the MVP, and I believe he was given Offensive Player of the Year. And, I mean, we saw what happened to the Colts in that postseason. And so I think, in turn, we've seen Taylor have a breakout season. We've had Derrick Henry have a hell of a season. Because wasn't Henry the best running back in 2021 when the Titans had the number 1 seed in the AFC? We've seen Christian McCaffrey have a breakout year his first year, I believe, when he was on the 49ers. We've seen Saquon Barkley break out. So we have seen all these breakout years for running backs, and they've gotten no love for the MVP. I mean, you look at Saquon Barkley last year. Barkley, if you take Saquon Barkley off, and we've seen it because it has proven that it is successful. You get Saquon out of New York and take him to Philadelphia. What does Philadelphia do? They go and win a Super Bowl because, I mean, maybe the missing piece were a few pieces on the defense, but a solid run game. And I think, you take away JT on the Colts are probably not as good as they are now. But in the past, when looking at history, like I was saying, Henry, CMC, Barkley, he's not going to get the MVP. And that's not to say that he can't deserve it. He doesn't deserve it and can't get it. But if they didn't give Barkley the MVP last year, they're not going to give it to JT this year. They're just not, because last season's Barkley, just like years before, with what CMC did to help the 49ers get all the way to the conference game where they ended up losing to the Eagles, or Henry the year before. They did enough to get their team to the playoffs. And even if they had a good game in the playoffs, they still came up short for winning the elusive MVP. So, long-winded rant. Sorry, I'll get off my soapbox on that, but I just want to say that real quick, so there's no confusion as we move forward and look at who the Colts have when playoff contenders, pretenders, 9 tiers. Just so there's no confusion after they run into the Chiefs and the Seahawks and the 49ers and all this talk of, oh, but I thought Jonathan Taylor was the MVP. I thought the Colts were one of the best teams. I still think, statistically, Jonathan Taylor should win the Offensive Player of the Year, but watch all this love that he's getting right now to be an MVP. It's going to go away. It's going to go away just like how it did with Baker Mayfield, just like how it did with Daniel Jones as well. Who was it? I'm trying to think. Drake May. Drake May right now is hold on, let me move it over here. Let me find it. Da-da-da. Yeah, everybody's loving Drake May right now. But he's only got 17 touchdown passes. So, yeah, he has less. No, he's tied. He's tied with Rodgers, Prescott, Goff. Who's the other? Was Mac Jones? I don't know. But then you look at Stafford too. Stafford, I mean, how many touchdown passes did he have today? 42 burger. That's a lot. 4 touchdowns. Okay, yeah. So it's gonna be real hard to try to convince people. Oh yeah. Drake May should get it when Stafford just threw for 4 touchdowns today against a pretty beat up 49ers defense. So I won't ignore that either. Like the 49ers defense is pretty banged up right now. All right, let's continue, shall we? So yeah, the Colts beat the Falcons 31-25. The Bears beat the Giants 24-20. I did not watch this game. Then the Dolphins take care of the Bills. The Bills have had recent struggles against Miami in these kind of games. We've seen it before. Even you take it back a couple years, the Patriots struggled during their run and dynasty of not being able to get it done against the Dolphins when they go down there. I think, hold on, let me double check something. Let me check some, hold on, people. Oh, we're good. Sweet. All right. Just had to double check something. Okay, to continue. Sorry, but we've seen teams struggle, and it's a division game too. And the Bills have struggled against the Dolphins in the past as well. So I'm not totally blown away and shocked at this outcome, or this score at all, because again, everybody's written off the Dolphins, and everybody thinks the Dolphins absolutely suck. You got to get rid of Tua. Tua's a dumbass. Tua doesn't know how to play quarterback. You got to get rid of McDaniels. McDaniels isn't the right fit at coach. And we've seen how everybody's just written off the Dolphins. Now, have the Dolphins been playing good this year? No. There's been some games where you cannot deny they've been really bad. Look at their record. They're 3-7. But again, the people who were calling for, I'll look at it that way. The people who were calling for Tua to get traded and benched and McDaniels to get fired, where are those people now? You see what I mean? Like, I still think McDaniels has what it takes to be a coach in this league. And even if the Dolphins were to get rid of him, you're gifting the next team. Like, okay, let's say McDaniels, because right now I think Sean McVay has a really good thing set up right now. Or you look at Shanahan with the 49ers, or you look at Harbaugh with the Ravens. If you sent McDaniels, or look at some young and upcoming quarterbacks like Drake May, which I don't think Vrabel would do that. But if you brought on McDaniels to be the offensive coordinator for the Eagles, or offensive coordinators for the Ravens, Lamar's stats are going to shoot straight up, and the Ravens offense is just going to be that much better. Or the 49ers offense, or the Bills. You see what I mean? So, like, it'd be a gift if Miami ended up firing him and then giving him to some other hotshot guru coach in the league, because it's like it'd be like a two-headed monster, because you have seen, and we have seen in the past, every head coach who has a good quarterback and a great offensive coordinator, those teams dominate. They absolutely dominate. We're saying it, like, look at the Lions. Look at how the Lions have been for the past handful of years. That's what earned him the job to go be the Bears head coach. Same with Glenn on the defensive side. So, which, speaking of him, his boys got another win today. I think that's 2 in a row now, if I'm wrong. Well, I'll be. Look at that. 2 wins in a row. So with this trajectory, they could finish the season 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 7. Yeah. You know what? Hell, why not? They're gonna win this one. Take this momentum, get 3 wins in a row. Best and worst of NFL, yeah. Dude, it's crazy that Khalil Mack is back, considering if you've seen the videos of him breaking his arm or dislocate, like, almost the same exact thing that happened to Daniels happened to Khalil Mack. It was gross, but I'm also back in there. So let's continue. So that's my long-winded rant on the Dolphins and the Bills, is that people wrote them off, and then look at this. They kept the Bills scoreless till the 4th quarter. Ravens and the Vikings. How many? 1 touchdown. Seeing if Lamar would have put up big game numbers like how he did against. Well, and again, the other thing too. So the Ravens beat the Dolphins last week, and then the Dolphins beat the Bills. So it's like, could the Ravens beat the Bills if they ran into each other again? Yeah, I think so. I think the record doesn't indicate it, but I think the Ravens are a hot team right now. You look at all these losses. Lamar was still healthy. Lamar left in the 4th quarter, but like, since Lamar's come back, all of a sudden we're winning games again. So again, who would, like, you know, if I were to pick who's going to win out of the Ravens and Colts if they met in the playoffs, I would take Lamar and the Ravens going into Indianapolis and whooping up on the Colts to move to the divisional round, where they probably go play the Bills or the Chiefs, and then, yeah, because the inevitable of the Patriots dynasty being back, Patriots secure the 1 seed, and it doesn't matter who gets there, everybody loses in Foxborough. Okay, moving on. How many interceptions did Dylan Gabriel throw? I'm curious. Show me what I want. Oh, 2 touchdowns. Which one was in garbage time? Ah, I see. Ah, all right. Interesting. Oh, so this was a pretty close game. keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. All right, Patriots beat the Buccaneers. I have no clue how this game went. I really don't. Close game. Baker Mayfield with 3 touchdown passes. Drake May with 2. Damn. Close game throughout. Well, there was one point where New England was up 21-0. Now, was this would have been a, yep. Yes, the Stephon Diggs touchdown. Yep. Very last play. Yep. Look at that 14-point swing right there. Yep. From the second quarter to the third, 14-point swing. Because out right after the field goal, it's 10-7, and then before the Patriots get the ball back, Bucks get the ball back. Yeah. Yep. 10-7, and then when they get the ball back, it's 21-10. Yep. Henderson had a touchdown. Can't show that. Don't want to get copyright claimed. His touchdown was in the fourth. That extended the lead to 28-16. And then Johnson had his touchdown to try to get back to it. Solid road win. It sounds like I'm discrediting it. I'm not. I will give the Patriots a lot of credit on this big win, because big win. These ones I'm a little biased against these wins, because these are 4 teams that won't go to the playoffs. Now, I think this win could help push, because they're sitting at 8-2. See these 2 games, and I did say go look at my Patriots season prediction. I did say they'd win at least one of these, and they'd split, because I did think that Joe Burrow would be healthy, obviously, and I said these 3 big games here at the end of the season, they're not going to go 0-3, especially when one of them's at home, and 2 of them, they'll win at least one of these. And then, yep. These 2 could solidify, okay, do we get a 5th seed to a 7th seed? And get into the postseason. All right. Continuing, Saints beat the Panthers. So, again, in theory, Panthers beat the Packers and then lose to the Saints. So the Saints are a better team than the Packers? Like, what a joke. Saints pick up their 2nd win of the season. Yikes. Very winnable. Oh my gosh. Saints are screwing themselves out of a draft pick. Like 2-8, you're not getting to the postseason. You're not. The only thing you're hurting is your draft stock. And then look at this. After Dowdle had his touchdown, kept them scoreless for the rest of it. Okay, Jaguars and Texans. Yeah. Look at this bullshit here. 20 6 unanswered points in the fourth quarter. So the Jaguars join that elite list, just like the Giants, of, hey, look at this lead we have. We are up 29-10. And then, stupid. 5-4, 4-5. Where did it? Oh my gosh! It's all in the fourth quarter too. Ay. Look at this. Just fourth quarter avalanche. So ETN, you have to take advantage of every single position, because they probably only got the ball 4 times in the fourth. Oh my! Look at it. Yikes. Your top receiver for the day only had 41 yards and 3. Yeah, that's not good. Davis Mills, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Both had 2 turnovers. Yeah, I had no clue. All I saw was the memes of how, yikes. Seahawks beat the Cardinals. Wouldn't you believe that Jacoby Brissett is not the answer for the Cardinals? Shocker. Write that down on, put that down on list of things NFL media got wrong this week. Oh, did I say that out loud? Whoops. Yeah, it's interesting and funny to see the discourse of the Cardinals this whole week on how, oh my gosh, 5 straight touchdowns. Oh my gosh. But, okay, Brissett gave you 2 touchdowns. Okay, cool. Oh, look, they didn't even have a chance. ESPN was like, no. We'll let you believe for a little bit, but no. Oh my gosh. And both teams, there were 5 turnovers in this game too. Holy shit. Hold on, were any of them a pick 6? Nope. Just 5 straight touchdowns. Oh, that might have, hold on. Oh, fumble. Okay, I see. Because there's the first one to Smith and Jigba. Oh yeah, fumble, scoop and score. Okay. But I mean, again, all week, all we've been hearing all week is Kyler Murray's not the future. Kyler Murray sucks ass. Kyler Murray this. Kyler Murray that. Kyler Murray's purposely faking an injury so he can play Black Ops 7 on release day. Blah blah this. And all we've been hearing all week is how he's not the answer. Jacoby Brissett's the dude. Because, hey, Jacoby Brissett on Monday Night Football, we went to Dallas. They beat the Cowboys. He's the dude. And then they go get 35 dropped on him before they can score against the Seahawks. Jacoby Brissett is a journeyman, like a Ryan Fitzpatrick, like a like a Sam Hartman, like a Brock Purdy if he's not careful. Like a Jimmy Garoppolo. You see, and I mean, right now the hottest team, one of the hottest teams is the Seahawks. So seeing this doesn't surprise me. This doesn't surprise me. And I love the Cardinals. I've gone to a lot of Cardinal games. They are a fun team. I like them. But I'm not surprised by this outcome. Rams beat the 49ers 42-26. How'd this one start out? Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh, so George Kittle's leaping touchdown. This was at the end of the game. I put it in the thumbnail. All right. Who's this? Nakua. And wouldn't you know when Nakua's healthy, back healthy, these guys are a legit team. Hey, I said it last year. My prediction was Rams Bills in the Super Bowl. Boy, what was I wrong? But Lions beat up on Washington. Oh, what the hell? 44-22. 44-22. I just noticed that. 42-26. Anybody else get 42 points? You gotta look at this as at face value. Jane Daniels was injured. If he's not injured, this game might have been. Oh yeah, yep. Look at that 10-point swing. Got a touchdown and field goal. Mariota had 2 touchdowns, so that's not bad. Well, you know what? Maybe the outcome. See, 0 turnovers, so it's not like Mariota was just giving away free turnovers. Maybe the outcome would have been the same. Like, look at this stat line: 2 touchdowns, 213 passing yards. That's just you running into Jared Goff in November. 3 touchdowns, 320 yards. I did also see the conversation around Dan Campbell. And how Dan Campbell's calling the shots. Clearly it worked. 44-22. Steelers and Chargers. This game stunk, I will say. Rooting for the Steelers, rooting for Rodgers. Not a good game. How many? I think he had 2 interceptions. Yep, one of them was tipped. The one where it got tipped there towards like the end of the game. There was a verbal son of a bitch when I was watching, because after going up 3-0, look at all these unanswered points. 25. A lot of, I mean, yeah. Not a good game. Not a good game. And I'll keep it 100, because I've been crapping on other quarterbacks. I'll crap on Rodgers to keep it fully transparent. The defense, Steelers defense, kept them in this whole game. Just that offense stalled. There was a lot of bad. Hold on, where's the what am I looking at here? Yeah. Three turnovers. Look at this too. Come on, don't highlight everything, but 2 for 11 on third down. That's not good. That's not good. So I'm gonna keep it 100. Can't win football games like this. And then, funny enough, Pittsburgh's sitting here, a little above Baltimore, but I think if the Steelers can beat the Ravens twice. Wow. Yeah, I'm a little nervous for the Steelers. Look at it this way: they're perfect because they're sitting at 5-4. They're right on schedule to get that 9-8, 9-8 record. And then tomorrow Eagles and Packers. Um, Considering the Packers are coming off of their loss to the Panthers, I would think, okay, here comes a revenge game, but can the Packers defense stop the Eagles tush push? Can the Packers defense keep Saquon in a box and prevent AJ Brown, Devontae Smith? List goes on. Hey, remember last time these guys played and Dallas Goedert went, "Get off me, son," and I think he had 2 touchdowns the last time they played. Let me double check. Eagles versus Packers divisional. Where's Oh, he only had 1. Okay. And Jahan Dotson had 1. Okay, we prevented him from having a touchdown, but look at this. That's a lot of yards. No interception on Hurts. yeah. I don't want it. Yeah. Okay, let's get away. Yeah, Brian. Let's get out of there. Yep, 3 interceptions. I forgot that. I forgot he did stink up the joint. So, not. Gosh, where's Let's switch over to memes now. Where's Sweet. Let's do the memes now. Because we can't ignore the memes. I want to see if there's one particular meme. Yeah. Drake May is the fan. Josh Allen.
Long, and it's the big
right here.
The physicality.
Yep. This is what I'm talking about. I never made a video about Sauce Gardner getting traded over to the Colts, but I'm not okay. Let's turn the clock back a little bit to like the Troy Polamalu, Ed Reed, Darrelle Revis, Cam Chancellor, Earl Thomas, Richard Sherman days. I'm not bought in on safeties and corners like I am back in the day, because the truth is, we do. How do I word this? How do I word this without sounding like a total idiot? Nobody plays one-on-one anymore with receivers. I mean, they do, but it's different. Like, if Mike Evans, if we know Mike Evans is the number 1, everybody adopted what Belichick did, which is the cover 2, which is you put your best corner on their number 2 receiver, and it's too high, but over the top. But like it's a prevent where, you look at Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson's probably covered one-on-one, but then there's probably someone over the top. And then, as well with Amon-Ra, gosh, who are some other, before I sound like a dummy and give off my personal opinion, but let's look at receivers who have the most touchdowns. Oh, Smith-Njigba, okay. Davante Adams has 8 touchdowns? I thought he was washed. I thought Davante Adams was washed. What is this? But yeah, Pittman was 6, Amon-Ra was 7, Dallas Goedert was 7, Davante Adams with 8, T. Higgins was 6, Ferguson with 6. Pickens. Oh, geez. Jamar Chase is all the way down here at the 10th or 11th. Tucker Kraft had 6 before he tore his ACL. But Devontae, people are going to start to guard him and double team him, which rightfully so. But yeah, you put the days of your best corner going against your best receiver, they're done. It's not like that anymore. It's not like Richard Sherman going against Calvin Johnson, or people make memes about it, but like that one Sunday where Josh Norman and Odell were going against each other, like that's not how it goes anymore. So I make this joke with him and getting exposed by Drake London of all people. I think it's hard to evaluate. It's hard to evaluate defensive talent considering that people don't pass the ball that way. And why I say this is this was my argument last season with what's his face? Patrick Surtain won the defensive NFL MVP. Hendrickson had more sacks and more of an impact when you want to look at it that way statistically. Same with Myles Garrett, same with Micah Parsons. Because they had more stats than Surtain did, because I believe Surtain had only like 2 interceptions, and he didn't even have the most interceptions. Kirby Joseph actually had the most interceptions. But then when you look at it and you go, well, maybe the reason why he has less stats is because the ball's not even thrown that direction. If you look at it from that point of view, it opens up even more talk about how, gosh, maybe that does show the stats that you can't see, which is he is that good, so the quarterback doesn't even look that way. If I'm Matthew Stafford and, Sauce Gardner's over here covering Puka, I'm not even going to look Puka's way. I'm not even going to glance that way because I'm not going that way. I'm going to go over here, check it down to Tyler Higbee, try to force it into double coverage against Adams because they got Sauce Gardner over there. They got Pat Surtain over there. They got Kirby Joseph over the top. They got Hamilton for the Ravens, whoever it is. Their guy is over there. I'm not even going to throw that ball that way. So, when I looked and saw the trade, I was kind of like, okay, and what? And clearly, Michael Penix is making him look silly like this with Drake London. What's Josh Allen going to make him look like? What's Patrick Mahomes going to make him look like? So, yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Which is not to say that he sucks. This dude's making millions. This guy's playing in Germany right now. So, obviously he kicks enough ass, and there was reason enough to go get him and give up 2 first-round picks for him. But, it's hard. I would say it's harder to gauge talent of cornerbacks now because quarterbacks don't want the smoke. Quarterbacks don't want the one-on-one smoke. And everybody plays so safe now in the league that matchups like, hell, let's look at the Colts here. Who do the Colts got coming up? Okay, Colts against the Chiefs. You're not going to see a matchup between, Hollywood Brown and Sauce, or Rice and Sauce Gardner. So just expect, and I'm kind of looking at it from a prediction kind of point of view. Look at it too from this way, where we know the Colts went all in to go get him. What's that going to do for... Or look at this. Is Sauce Gardner going to be able to cover Kelsey in the flat? No. Hell no. I'm taking Kelsey. Just on size alone. But, if these are the weapons that the Colts have, you could see probably the Chiefs' run game be more of a factor in this matchup. So, I don't know. Okay, let's keep going. stupid. um, this is stupid. Oh, I freaking love it. Whoa, what?
So is the Weimar Republic, but then, of course, Adolf Hitler's rise to power.
What?
3rd and 6. Steps away. McCarthy floating it for Jefferson.
I'm gonna get copyright claimed for just this little clip. Yeah, I got freaking copyright claimed for it even being this little box. J.J. McCarthy revealed earlier this week that his alter ego is 9. Today he paid homage to 9 by throwing his 9th interception. Yeah, they were up 10-3. They were up a little bit.
Ride with you. You were gonna break us down.
YBG Don from DC.
What's your name?
YBG Don.
I'm not calling you YBG. What the is your name?
It stands for something. Young, black, and gifted. YBG Don. That's what I stand for, Queen. You don't like that?
I'm not calling you, hey.
Well, you said
YBG, where you at? I'm not doing that. What's your name?
This call me Don, but YBG is what I stand for. Young, black, and gifted.
I call you Don.
YBG Don from DC.
What's your name?
Dog. That was a terrible. What are you thinking? It wasn't me. It was 9. Look at these heroes right here. Look at these people making a difference. I did see this. Young man, there's no need to be down. Is this? Oh, yes. Okay, because we know the Durand. Yes, right here. Thank you for showing it. Boom! Bitch slapped him. The Giants lost all 3 of these games. Well, yeah. These two. Okay, this, look at this. Look. This second quarter. Okay, still a lot of football to be played, but it is the Saints, so it should not have happened. Scatterboo had a crucial fumble in this game, but yeah. Go back to the slap. Slap heard around the world.
The right guard and the right tackle.
Yep.
Nope.
So
Just
bad.
unblocked.
It's no wonder he has a concussion. Yeah, I don't want to watch this bullshit.
Lawrence. He's sacked. And it's
Yeah. Look at that dog shit right there. That. Okay, alright. Let me see. Do some Del Burrow here. Oh my gosh. Oh no, not my king. I forgot Pickett wore 8. You're right.
Carries 88 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Should I spend a
the United States, Donald Trump, Mr. President, thanks so much for joining
Thank
us.
you.
Kenny Albert, Jonathan
Thank
Vilma.
you.
Well, I would like That if you'd like me to, but I will say that your second string, your backup quarterback is a good quarterback, and he's had some very good games.
Would you like to call a play?
Well, I would like to do that if you'd like me to, but I will say...
Forget the play. We got to get a touchdown. They'll be back. They'll give it time. The Giants will be able to find a way to close out these games. Just give it time. Oh, yeah. Yep. And you can't, here's the thing. You can't blame the turf. You can't blame any of those things. Because I could see people being like, oh, he slipped on the grass, bad footing. I can already see Pat McAfee tomorrow going, oh, no, this is, you just got beat on your route and slipped. Daniel Jones needs to work on his lipstick techniques. Yeah, he does. I didn't look at it this way either till after I saw it like this, where, oh yeah, the Patriots and the Bucks were both of his former teams. They did play, and he wasn't on call. The Patriots, that's the other thing too, is last week as well, when the Patriots played the Falcons, Super Bowl 51 rematch, obviously, I think this guy might have been involved in it. I don't know. No confirmation there, but he also wasn't calling that game. Oh, there we go. Because it's on CBS. Tom calls Fox. Yes, but I think the Falcons-Patriots one was on Fox, though, so. Oh, I found this out, too, today. Nussmeier got benched. He didn't get injured the other day. Because I was wondering, did he get benched? Did he get injured? Bro looks like Peter Griffin when he falls down the stairs. Coach, are you hurt or injured? Peter Griffin. Oh, I saw this. Yep. Okay. Colts have the best cornerback in football. They do? That's all I had to say about that. Colts have the best running back in football. Yeah, I'll give you that. Colts have the best O-line in football. I'll give you that. Colts have the best wide receiver tight end room. No. I'd give the wide receiver tight end room, I'd give to the Eagles. Colts have an elite franchise quarterback. Okay. Colts have an elite head coach. Okay. Laugh all you want, they're going to end the Chiefs dynasty. Yeah, but the Chiefs have a secret weapon. They got a secret weapon. Omar Cooper is quite literally the greatest game-winning toe tap touchdown. Yeah, this was a sick catch. I only saw it from the replays. I didn't get to see it live when it happened. But, yeah. Saved their season. Freaking saved their season. Touchdown! Cooper! Give him the Heisman already! I've seen the memes too about how Miami has the worst, QBs in the city. Oh, but then is this narrative still the same after both Beck and Tua won this weekend? I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't state your name.
Goff on the slant to St. Brown.
You ain't gonna never see me hate on no nigga.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not, Next. Yeah, the Super Bowl hangover joke, I did not make that up. I got this from this particular slide. I stole the joke. Oh gosh. How many did Josh Allen throw an interception? How many turnovers were there? Let's go look. Wait. Hold on. Gamecast. 1 interception, 3 turnovers. Okay. Well, but then the Dolphins had 2 turnovers, so pick your poison. Pick your poison. Alright, Buffalo Bills got blown out by a team who had to burn a timeout before any time came off the clock. Yep. Miami Dolphins. Yeah, I saw this.
Who hasn't played much at all this year, but is playing quite well this afternoon.
Zero pump. Zero pump rule. The only thing I hate about NFL memes is when it gets to this point where everybody starts to say the same jokes. It's like, Browns need to trying to secure the first pick in the draft by losing to the Jets a little less obvious. What? Nope. Wait, whoa. Sorry, I was reading. Hold on. Trevion Henderson so fast he had time to check the Patriots sideline to see if he should score or go down mid-run.
Giving you my number.
Oh my gosh, he looked over.
But don't hit me on a Virgil.
And there it is! Week drops 55 on the Bengals.
Out of it by Sauce Gardner. But a great long, and it's make the catch, get the first down, and
Raiders now on a first down with Schmidt over the middle.
You hear the clock ticking.
especially the younger ones.
You're about to stop looking.
Back to business here on Friday Night SmackDown. Thank you for joining us late.
Did I lose you?
end zone, in a little bit of trouble. Dancing away from that, he lost the football. Back on it for...
On that nigga.
On.
It's 10th Sunday of the season.
Well, listen, if you're Cleveland and you want to try to get back and have a chance.
Walks it in for a Commanders touchdown. Walks it in for a Commanders touchdown. Walks it in.
He's got to stop the injuries somehow. And let's see, we have a very important, I think is a very important couple of plays.
Here we go. Second and 7.
You're right, 2nd and 7. Let's see what happens. Well,
That's
all right.
Krosky Merritt.
I mean, I loved it. I actually love playing football. We had a good time with it.
Ross St. Brown is walking, and then he just, bam! Ross St. Brown.
Much at all this year, but playing quite well this afternoon.
Ow! Ow! Hey, what's the gas?
Ball start. Offense for their 30. 5-yard penalty.
Bodies, the physicality.
This team is DTF, Jim. This team is DTF, Jim. Patriots. This team is DTF, Jim.
He's going to go outside, and they're going to have to find a replacement in their sub. A little misdirection.
Shit, I've been on mute this whole time. Son of a bitch. I just realized I've been on mute. Damn it, I gotta end the stream. I've been on mute this whole freaking time. Shit. But there have been a couple overthrown passes too from Rodgers tonight, and it's like, if you saw the replay, went through his receiver's hand. So when they win, it's all on the team, it's all on the quarterback, but when they lose, it's all on the quarterback. That's all I gotta say. Same thing with Gabriel. It's the same thing with Gabriel. It's the same thing with Josh Allen. It's the same thing with Giants today, and every team that wins. Like, if you win, oh, you're the best quarterback ever. You lose, oh, it's all the quarterback's fault. Okay. Okay, let's look. Let's see how the NHL did today. Kings beat the Penguins. 3-2. Blackhawks beat the Red Wings. Oh, look at that. Since calling the Mammoth one of the better teams in the NHL, they have lost, look at that, 5 of their last 6. Wouldn't you know? Whether they're in Utah or Arizona, the Coyotes have lost 5 of the last 6. Go figure. I'm so bad. Alright, Hurricanes beat the Maple Leafs. Hurricanes are on a roll. Look at that, 11-4. Maple Leafs are playing with their food, and clearly it shows because they're 8-7-1. Penguins are kind of getting back into their mid-season form. Losing games they should win. Stars beat the Kraken. The Canucks held the Avalanche to only 5 goals today. That's a win. Just ask an Oilers fan. And then the Ducks beat the Jets. Okay, what the shit is going on with Anaheim? They're first in the Pacific. They're sitting at 11-3-1, and I can't say shit because look at this. They beat the Panthers, the Red Wings. Look at everybody they beat. These are legit teams. Playoff team, playoff team, playoff team, playoff team, playoff team, playoff team, playoff team. The Ducks could be a playoff team. I'm not going to say anything about them anymore. They're playing inspired hockey right now. They're playing real good. Who's their goalie? I don't even know who their goalie is. 2.8. That's good. It's not league best, but I mean, if your goalie's only allowing 2 or 3 goals a game, that's not bad. Because right now, the best is Logan Thompson, 1.6. Where's 5 and 7. These it's hard to gauge because look at Igor or Wedgie or Spencer Knight, or Hellebuck. They've played double-digit games. These guys have not. Allen is almost there, but these two. Who's the worst goalie this season? Oh yeah, we saw this yesterday. Yeah, Pickard and yeah. We already know what it is. Because somewhere in the middle, there he is, Stewie. Yeah, yesterday's 9-1, ended up being 9-1. All right. Okay, that's the NHL. Let's go to the NBA. Some NBA coverage. Our trade talks. Rockets beat the Bucks. Knicks beat the Nets. They should have, dude. The Nets are garbage right now. Celtics beat the Magic. Okay. Thunder beat the Grizzlies. Pistons beat the 76ers. Warriors beat the Pacers. And then the Timberwolves beat the Kings. Let's go look at the standings. Pistons are sitting at the top of the East. Whoa. Someone go tell Dynamo, man. Someone go tell the commish. It's probably ecstatic. I'll have to go watch a video. Spurs, Nuggets. This makes sense. This doesn't make sense. Well, actually, no, it does. The Clippers have a whole bunch of old heads. Now, the Mavericks sitting at 7-3. Again, this is an overreaction because we're only 10 games into an 82-game season. Does the Luka trade make sense for Cooper Flag now sitting at 3-7? Anyways, not gonna get into that. But okay. All right, people. We are gonna end it. We're gonna do a hard out for the short side. Thank you guys for hanging out here. Let's double check something here real quick. All right. So, and then I don't know what else. Nothing much else to talk about. Like, I mean, well, yeah, there aren't any surprising. Yeah. All right, people. We'll end the stream here. We covered the footballs, we covered the hockeys, and then we covered the basketballs. And right now we're in the off season of baseball, so if there's any trade talk or anything, I will definitely make a video on that. I don't know when we're gonna hear or see that. But yeah, this is GVS, guys. I thank you guys for hanging out here for a little bit as we talk sports. I think right now, and we know this. I'll close with this: is that it's been said, obviously, that the most important football is the football that happens in November. How I look at it and how I see it, which actually, let's double check too now. Let's also go look at college football. Did the rankings change at all? BYU dropped down to 12. Okay, so the rankings have changed a little bit. Yeah, the rankings, because there's James Madison and there's South Florida. Okay, so that post wasn't lying. I thought the post was lying because I was like, there's no way James Madison. There is a way James Madison because they're sitting right there, South Florida. Okay, but we'll look at this later. I need to make a video and a reaction video later on the playoff, because 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. BYU would probably be the teams on the outside looking in. I'll try to look and break this down and give a prediction later for who might be, how the bracket might look, because bracket comes out on Tuesday, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, people, I thank you guys for hanging out. Like I was saying, real football is starting now, and so as we're going to see in college football, the playoff picture, the ACC, Big 10, Big 12, SEC, AFC picture, NFC picture, these playoff pictures are going to start to form a little bit more. And I think one thing that we should all just buckle up and enjoy is the games and not get too carried away. Because I think right now, as we sit with Ohio State and Indiana, there's parts of me that want to see Indiana just beat the hell out of the Buckeyes. But that's not going to happen. Or I would love to see Oklahoma run the table and win the SEC against Georgia or Bama or Texas A&M. That's not going to happen. I think right now as it sits, if I were to do a Super Bowl pick, let's do a national championship pick right now. Let's do a national championship pick, and let's do do a national championship pick, and let's do a NFL Super Bowl pick. Right now, for my national championship pick, I'm still going to sit by with a Georgia-Indiana national championship. This was the pick from last week with the bracket and how the bracket played out. And then with the NFL, for a Super Bowl pick, right now, as it sits right now, I'm taking give me a Rams. For shits and giggles, hold on, I'm looking. I'm trying to mentally, so you guys can see what I'm seeing. I'm trying to mentally play out like, okay, the 2 will play the 7, the 6 will play the 3. Yeah, give me Rams. Give me Rams Bills for a Super Bowl. I don't know. I think I should start that too and get that rolling. Because I will admit, I haven't made any power rankings or reactions to the NFL season like I should have. Because, I mean, because it'd be boring too, because I've been hitting this drum ever since Lamar was injured, saying, hey, just wait, because once he gets healthy and he's ready to go, they're going to win some games and get to the postseason. Right now, the Ravens are sitting at the 10th seed, okay, in the AFC. They're down here, sitting at 4-5 with a 400, win percentage. Okay, so they would need some help to get to here. But it's hard if I were to do one of those, like a no-look hook shot from out of bounds, where it's like, no, you can't predict the Cowboys against the Dolphins. Neither of them are in playoff contention. I'm taking a Chiefs Rams Super Bowl or a Chiefs Bucks Super Bowl. If we're going by that logic, because I'm nervous. I'm nervous. Because I'm going to pick the teams who have won, who have been there. Kansas City's been there. Buffalo's been there. And Baltimore's been there too. So, you know what? No, let's do that. Let's take a little hook shot here. Let's go Ravens. Ravens 49ers. Yeah, there we go. I'm predicting the 10 seed and the 8 seed from out of bounds here. Give me the 49ers. Give me the Ravens. That's your Super Bowl matchup, people. Don't you want to see it? Okay. We will end the stream there, guys. I thank you guys for hanging out, listening to me ramble a little bit on sports. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed what you watched, be sure to hit that like button. Goes a long way. But I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I'll try to catch you guys in the next one.